Barcelona going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again: who is going to come out on top this time? A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. There's a quick free kick. And he's got the beating. Mbappe! Denied by an instinctive save.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Balde tries to clear. Camavinga, he's going for goal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Camavinga is offering a right smile there.
Brahim Diaz with the short one. Oh, sweet feet. And he's picked it up out wide. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And this is Lewandowski. Can he finish? Camavinga. Played towards the front line. And it's Gavi. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. And he is deftly away. Carvajal. Now it's Valverde. Now it's Lewandowski. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Brahim Diaz is someone who had a very interesting football education, Peter. He spent time in his youth, both in Manchester and Madrid, and he's had a real elite upbringing. And it's easy to see why those schools of thought have had an influence on his game. He's very intelligent with his movement, he's hard to dispossess. He does have a tendency to maybe be...
Tries a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, the way he set himself up was just so clever. No wonder he's disappointed.
Valverde. Now it's Lewandowski. Oh, Red, nice interception. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Camavinga. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, it's come loose. Oh, good read. Plenty of endeavour from either side, but not much of it in the vicinity of either goal.
I actually think both teams are playing okay here. We've had some good attempts, although they've mounted to nothing so far.
Vinicius Junior. Oh, that's fabulous. And the keeper gets his hands on it. And this is Lewandowski. Balde picks it up out wide. Impressive jump! No, not the best of headers. Fran Garcia.
Madrid definitely like their pressing from the front.
It's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to...
Here's Lewandowski. Gavi. Looking to play. It's Lewandowski! And he couldn't finish.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
And here's Mbappe. Oh, some tackle that. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he's going to have his name taken. Nearly, but not quite.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
He's looking wide. It's gone out for a throw-in. And no, he sees foul. The referee's awarded a free kick. Bellingham. Camavinga. This is a promising build-up. Gavi.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And here's Vinicius Junior. Played out towards the right wing. Looking for the run. Oh, well measured. And this is Lewandowski! Fran Garcia. Mbappe. Koundé with the slide tackle there. And this is Lewandowski. Lewandowski. And that is well cleared. Brahim Diaz. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Mbappe. And it's Gavi. That's been slipped through. So no... Can he finish? Oh, it rattles the bar. And that should get the job done. Now it's Mbappe. Carvajal. He's in plenty of space here. That's a nicely shaped ball. Shoots! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
A wonderful ball to play him in like that. Great pace, into feet, nearly superb.
Brahim Diaz plays it short. And now they can spring out of defence. Fermin. A heavy challenge. Oh, no question, that's a foul. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Pedri. Eric Garcia. Nice sequence of passes, this. And it's Pedri. Oh, nicely intercepted. Mbappe. And he's managed to get free. Driving forward. Fermin. Lewandowski. Space for him to turn and look. Oh, good! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Mbappe. Distributed tidily. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Koundé. Balde. And it's Lopez. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And that has left him in a heap. It's a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And here's Lewandowski. Bellingham. Brahim Diaz. And the referee says that is that for the first half. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So there was the first half.
A very entertaining half, Peter. The game's been played at a really good intensity. It's been open. It's been quite end-to-end, and I think the crowd are really immersing themselves into this, and I just hope we get more of the same in the second half. Something to look forward to.
So we reached the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. So let's get the ball rolling.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Fran Garcia. Oh, good-looking ball. Araujo. And here's Yamal. Eric Garcia. And here's Yamal. Fermin. And it's Pedri. Mbappe. Valverde. And he welcomes it in. And he's running through. Mbappe. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. It's there!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one. Madrid penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
Spread it left. Vinicius Junior gets into a good position. Tries to... Takes a shot! And that's a tidy finish. And this is getting better and better.
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
Madrid are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Pedri. Balde. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vinicius Junior. It's Bellingham. That's a good ball out wide. Lewandowski being hunted in packs.
Well, he continually breaks the lines and gets himself into terrific positions. Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Balde. And it's Gavi. It's Pedri. Eric Garcia. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Yeah, he's fouled him there. And it's Lopez. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. He'll try from distance! It's off target and by quite a way.
Well, that's a sign that he clearly feels the need to take it upon himself to try and get his side back into this.
Koundé gets across to intercept that. Valverde. Bellingham. Now it's Lewandowski. It's played through for him. Asensio. And it's Bellingham. It's Vinicius Junior. Fermin does well not to be outdone there. Now it's Mbappe. Araujo makes a move down the right.
Madrid are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Valverde, who's set up one goal so far. Kubasi. Araujo. Fermin. Pedri. And it's Lopez. Araujo. Fran Garcia did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Madrid are looking to break at pace. Nicely weighted ball. Vinicius Junior looking understandably energised after his goal. Aimed beyond the defence. He's picked his way through and he whips it in.
That's good defensive concentration.
Koundé gets a foot in here. Carvajal just loves to go forward whenever he can. Eder Militao looking to pass their way up the pitch. Pedri. It's a pretty loose pass. Brahim Diaz. Now it's Vinicius Junior. And he's been shifted off it. Fermin. It's Pedri.
There they go, hunting again.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. And no surprise, that's a booking.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Fermin. Eric Garcia. And it's Lopez. And the shot's on here. It's Lewandowski! Another one of football's and how moments.
Well, at least they're showing some positive intent now, Peter. That's the sort of urgency that's required when you do go behind.
He's found a way through. Mbappe, there's the shot! Loose, it's fallen kindly here. Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, his movement has certainly picked up. He's got that decisive goal on his mind.
They've played it short. Flings in across. And that's been well dealt with. Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Yamal. And it's Diaz. Now it's Mbappe. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Brahim Diaz. Now it's Yamal. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. And here's Vinicius Junior. And here's Brahim Diaz. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Asensio does really well to win the ball there.
Barcelona are stuck in central station, and they might find a fast track out wide if they'd care to look.
Nice looking ball. Oh, played through for the wide man. Madrid have turned to their bench, and we're going to have a substitution.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy. Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge, no matter what the end result is.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Eric Garcia wins the duel this time. Now, can they get him away? And he's found a way past. Driving through the middle. Pedri did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Fermin, not the most accurate pass. Fermin making good progress on the right-hand side. Spread to the right.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Camavinga spreads it out wide. Al Kubasi calmly anticipates. And here's Mbappe. Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Mendy. Vinicius Junior! Superb from Vinicius Junior! A finish right from the top draw. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing.
So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games, as your usual indicators like form become pretty irrelevant. It's a tough one to take, but these players have got what it takes to come back from this.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice. This is always a game of consequence.
Well, I played in a fair few derbies, Peter, and in my time, derbies were derbies.
Well, I had a feeling you might say something like that, Jim.
Well, for this one, while I'm not expecting a fully fledged derby, it will be very combative, very competitive at least. It can't be anything else.
Barcelona have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
So it's down to business here. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I'm really impressed with this guy, Jude Bellingham. For one so young, he has wonderful intelligence and a great ability to read the game. The most expensive 17-year-old in the game too, and he's got a wonderful natural feel of space.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Eder Militao, Camavinga. Araujo goes sliding in. Eric Garcia. Pedri, spread out to the left. Now it's Gavi. Oh, nicely intercepted. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Stood up well to him there. Now it's Gavi, and this is Lewandowski. Camavinga. Bellingham. Camavinga. Pau Kubasi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's Diaz, and it's made its way to him. There's the shot! They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Pedri, and this is Lewandowski. And he's intervened well there. Oh, good spread. He's looking wide. It's a good run he's making out on the left. That's going across goal.
Barcelona really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Carvajal. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, good-looking ball. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run.
And the shot! Oh, he hit that sweetly. And we have our very first corner. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Mbappe. That's good running with the ball. Lewandowski. This looks promising. Gavi tries a cross. Carvajal. Spread it left. Time and again they are repelled. Asensio. Oh, can he get onto this? Now that's well seen too. Bellingham. Passing is crisp and sharp. Fermin. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Yamal! Oh, crossbar! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, Peter, sometimes that happens. You get a great connection, and yet that proves to be the problem. It was too good to go in.
Camavinga. Now Eder Militao. And it's Camavinga. Carvajal. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Oh, that's fabulous. Carvajal, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Bellingham. Carvajal. Now it's Mbappe. Koundé gets a foot in here. Pass somewhat off target. Nicely spread. Great vision.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Cleared without hesitation. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Now it's Lewandowski. And a chance! And that is wildly off target.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Eder Militao. Gavi with the foul. Gavi has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident.
Yeah, and the whole stadium knew that was coming, apart from him, it seems.
And that's a dangerous ball. Asensio. Valverde. He is through here. It's a good run down the right. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Barcelona truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
That is a great pick out. He's got away. Shot, surely! And one more try! And he hits the net. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Goes for a shot! We've got a goal! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Just one in it now.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now all of a sudden it seems the belief is back.
Oh, terrible pass. Brahim Diaz. And it's Diaz. Now he's got space here. He's found... And the finish! And it's in! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently and he picked out the perfect target.
El dorsal 20.
So the lead now is 2.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Oh, that's a key interception. Eder Militao. And it's Carvajal. Played towards the other side. That's Brahim Diaz. Knocks it into space. Lofted it, he's rising! And for the first half, that is that. So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. We're on the move again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
That is ended up in no man's land. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now it's Mbappe. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. And that's going to be a booking. Bellingham. Looking for options for movement. Brahim Diaz wins the duel this time. Not the most convincing of passes. Bellingham.
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Taken back almost at once. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And it's Garcia. Yamal. Eric Garcia. And it's Balde. Pedri. Gavi.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Spread neatly. Mbappe looking to add to his goal. And it's Gavi. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Valverde. And Carvajal. He's in plenty of space here. Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Great ball if he can get there. And he's match chance. Valverde. Camavinga. Bellingham.
espectadores.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. He's shifting through the gears here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Mbappe. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Pedri. And it's Lopez. Yamal. That's Brahim Diaz. Mbappe. Distributed tidily. He has found the way through. Al-Kubasi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Just about within shooting range. Now that was quite some save.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot on sight policy. It's just not working.
Can he finish? Nearly, but not quite. Carvajal. Bellingham. Oh, there's a probing ball. And they're on him in a flash. Tries to play it through.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Balde, oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Fermin. Ball's played through. Oh, he's found support out wide. Well timed, excellent interception. Can he get on the end of this? Valverde. Carvajal. Now Eder Militao. Asensio. Bellingham. It's Camavinga. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Mbappe. Tries one from range. Loose ball now, and another try! It's in! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Barcelona cut their deficits and look raring to go again.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And he's picked it up out wide. And here comes the corner.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
So we have further activity on the bench here. Garcia to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Well, I'm not sure this is one for protecting the lead, Peter. The manager seems to be telling him to keenly press from the front.
And he welcomes it in. Oh, shooting chance! That's really well cleared. And it's Bellingham. Ball is over the line. Madrid making further changes here and in quick succession.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
He tries a shot! He's got a goal! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Madrid have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Brahim Diaz. And the counter is on. He's picked his way through. Great ball, and he's in here. And that's that. Barcelona perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Yeah, well, I've been on the losing side in games like this, and I can tell...
And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing. Vinicius Junior! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Camavinga. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
I don't think we've seen a dribbler as good as this guy, Vinicius Junior, in some time. His favourite move is to receive the ball in a wide position, attract defenders his way, where he can turn them and just leave them behind and have a clean run at goal. He's a very tricky customer and getting better week by week.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Mbappe couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Brahim, shot a goal! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Madrid have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Oh, he's just loving that. Certainly gives you a very unique feeling. Tremendous.
And it's Pedri. And here's Lopez. He's having a pop! Oh, impressive strike.
Well, at least that improves their tally when it comes to shots on goal, but they have to start doing a lot better.
Garcia. He is through here. Garcia gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Asensio. And it's Diaz. And it's Bellingham. Pass is just off target.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Brahim Diaz. It's Camavinga. And that's been won straight back. And here's Mbappe.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Oh, good-looking ball. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Gavi. Oh, sweet feet.
Barcelona really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Vinicius Junior has found the net here, of course. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Yamal. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And here's Bellingham. He's been bundled over, that is a foul.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Valverde! No, just not quite.
Valverde is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Eric Garcia, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
This ended up in no man's land. And that's another good win of the ball. Oh, this looks sharp. Now it's Lewandowski. Threads one in. Oh no, this does not look good. Bellingham. And it's Camavinga. Brahim Diaz. It's a really well-measured ball. Balde spots it and intercepts. Up towards the front line. Oh, that's well spotted. And here's Mbappe. Eder Militao. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Can he finish? And a neat finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Finish, real chance! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And it's Valverde. That has not gone well. Koundé. Barcelona are still behind as we reach out for half-time.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Now it's Lewandowski. Nicely spread. Yamal has the space to scheme. Camavinga. Bellingham. Valverde. Oh, well measured. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Pedri. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Not the most accurate pass. And this is Lewandowski. Fran Garcia. It's a pretty loose pass. Eder Militao. Carvajal. Well, that pass isn't the best. And that brings the first half to a close. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. And so the action is resumed. Takes a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Barcelona with the corner, they're first. And it's made its way to him. Chance! That is delicious! He's got himself an absolute peach. It is an explosive start to the second half. He just absolutely speared that in.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Just 1 in it now.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play, because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Now it's Lewandowski, over to the right flank. Yamal. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Just eases him off the ball. Oh, that's a key interception. Vinicius Junior. And here's Lewandowski. Bellingham. Mbappe. Pedri. And that has left him in a heap. Camavinga with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Camavinga has been shown a second yellow, just to confirm. He is therefore off. Fermin tries one from range. Oh, it's come loose.
Barcelona are still behind, but they've increased their level of interest here.
Great vision. Distributed tidily. Now it's Lopez.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Taken back almost at once. Oh, cracking ball. Lopez. And the shot! And the ball's... and the keeper couldn't hold it. And it's come back out to him. Chance for a shot! We've got a goal! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Lewandowski at his razor-sharp best there.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass, and a tricky one at that.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Pass somewhat off target. Yamal, and it's Pedri. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And he's quick to snatch it back. And this is Lewandowski. Oh, that's a very big chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Wonderful play, though, the way the players moved the ball, how they created that opportunity as a team.
Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Yamal showing good feet. Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Well, what about it? What an enthralling contest, what a wonderful contest. Eder Militao making good progress. Araujo spread it left. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Valde. Barcelona still have the cards to affect this game.
Well, you can only assume that the manager's got those substitutions on his mind.
That has been cut short. Eric Garcia. Now it's Lewandowski. Quality ball. Mbappe. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Eric Garcia. This is De Jong. He's in a great position here. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. It's a good ball out wide. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Balde.
Barcelona clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
And it's Garcia. Pinches it off him. Fran Garcia made a surge from fullback, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Bellingham looking to pass their way up the pitch. Madrid ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Eric Garcia. Bellingham has a look and plays it forward. That's a lovely, neat pass. Played down the flank. Oh, no joy this time. Lewandowski is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Bellingham makes a dash for it. Pau Kubasi cuts it out. And he's intervened well there. De Jong. No, that's been intercepted. Great defending, strong and determined. Asensio kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's Carvajal. Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Now it's Yamal. And here's Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona.
Yeah, and the jostling for position has begun. There's hardly any breathing space in that pool.
Shapes to shoot! And that is well cleared.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Rashford wins the duel this time. Spread to the right. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Can he latch on to this? Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Yamal, well, that has not gone well. Knocks it out wide. And the number on the board is 3. And the counter is on. It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, nicely intercepted. Yamal. That's beautifully weighted. Lunin pleads a sigh of relief. Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
Well, no winner after 90 minutes. Another 30 minutes, hopefully, to make a difference. The hostilities have already resumed. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And it's Carvajal. Brahim Diaz. Mbappe. Mbappe! And they've got rid.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Goulet played out towards the right wing. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, good spread. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Koundé makes the interception. Into the channel. Rashford providing an outlet on that flank. That is ended up in no man's land. Bellingham, who's set up 1 goal so far. Now it's Lewandowski. Goulet. Not the most accurate pass. There will be a throw-in. Played into space. Can he get onto this? Mbappe stood his ground strongly. There's the crossfield ball. Fran Garcia gets across to intercept that. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. That pass isn't the best. That's a shade optimistic. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Koundé gets over and intercepts. João Cancelo. Koundé. That looks a decent ball. That's an excellent interception. So just 15 minutes still to come. So neither side able to conjure up a telling moment, and we are where we are. This is the last chance to win it. And so the last chance to find a winner. This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? Carvajal, and it's with the keeper. Asensio. Fran Garcia. That could spell trouble. Chance, surely! Oh, he's done it! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? Oh, a horrible error, and he has nowhere to hide.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
Barcelona leading now.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Yamal. That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Diaz. Goulet. Driving on and making good progress. And he welcomes it in. He's got away. Lewandowski! And he's heaved it away. Lewandowski made a good run there.
That was a great ball that looked right on the money. Trying to get behind the defence is something that can work well here.
Barcelona close now to seeing this one through to the end. Balde, not going up front in a hurry. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well, they've got it again. Belling. That's a cute ball.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Koundé cuts out the pass. And it's been played through. There's the shot! And that's a sharp finish! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absent. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Barcelona have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Lewandowski voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. So here we go, yet another page in this long rivalry that has existed between two grand teams. One that looks as though it will continue no matter what else happens, no matter what the hand of fate deals both of these parties. It has the look of a glitzy, grandiose occasion. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. Well, this is a friendly, but a friendly only in name.
Well, don't let the word friendly get in the way of a good rivalry. These players certainly won't, Peter.
You wouldn't have thought they would. You've got to expect this to be full throttle, surely.
Yeah, they'll be as strong as usual, but I'm sure these players will commit their all.
And now, lining up.
It is our understanding that they've gone with a 4-5-1.
Well, it's a formation, Peter, that lends itself to good possession and control in midfield because you've got the numbers there, a higher concentration. Backing that up with enough attacking dynamism is down to managers who want to get at teams. It can be used in cautious terms too, but certainly if you want to advance a little quicker and you have that attitude, then you can be very positive about this too.
And that gets things running. And the history of this fixture tells us always to man in this fixture.
Well, this fella, Donnarumma, is someone who's been catching our eyes.
Matches Cunha! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, he doesn't have hit a clean strike. The moment he was in that position, you knew he was going to smash it.
Manchester United with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. Forced to go back, and it's Ugarte. He's having a shot! And now they can spring out of defence. He came in hard, very hard. That's going wide left. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's got away. Now the delivery. Shaw with the clearance. Engages and forces him off the ball. And here's Semenyo. Chance for a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Played into space. Semenyo providing an outlet on that flank. Shot a goal! Oh, it's hit the post! That has been cut short. Bernardo Silva. Šeško. Now it's Mathias Cunha, and he's managed to get free. Serves up across, and he's there to clear it. So Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks.
Oh, what a mistake! Doku. Bernardo Silva, and it's O'Reilly. Mathias Nunes. It's Bernardo Silva. Now it's Semenyo. He has found the way through. Cherki. Now it's Semenyo. Flashes, impressive jump. He's scored! And we have liftoff. It was a great header. The invitation was irresistible and the finish unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Euro. Quarter of an hour played. And it's Bruno Fernandes.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Doku.
Manchester really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
Now it's Haaland. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Šeško. Mathias Nunes. Rodri. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now, can they get him away? Decent chance! And it's in! They are purring, truly purring. Was there ever any doubt?
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
After 22 minutes.
So that's two now without reply.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Ugarte. Now this could be a chance. And it's Casemiro. And the ball's gone astray. And it's Ugarte. Takes the shot! No, he's missed it.
Manchester United are stuck in a rut, and impatient putts at goal won't really help their cause here. They need somebody to communicate composure and something more constructive.
O'Reilly and Cherky. Rodri. Now it's Doku. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Played out to the left flank. Goes for goal! Yehi. And Cherky. And once more, he proves rigid and robust. Doku. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. This is good pressing, they're not short on bodies. Šeško. And it's Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. That has been slung wide. That's an excellent interception. Bernardo Silva. And Cherky. Rodri. Doku. Yehi. Bernardo Silva. Doku. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Casemiro. Here's Matheus Cunha. And it's Ugarte. He's in a great position here. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. No, he refuses to take the bait. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Rodri. And he has been fouled there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Yoro cuts out the pass. Šeško. That's destined for the flank. Matheus Cunha. And the finish! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Doku. No outsmarting him this time. Ugarte. Semenyo makes the interception. Matheus Nunes. Šeško. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. No second thought, a straight red card. Manchester United are down to 10 men. Kusanov. Semenyo at his creative best. He's set up 2 goals. Cherky tries to pass it through.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Kusanov. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. How would you review the first half?
Manchester United really are lucky not to be down by more, Peter. The manager's going to have to come up with something a little special.
Being confrontational, combative, competitive, everything you'd expect from Derby Day. Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Hello attendees, this is a lost children's announcement. Would the father of a boy in a yellow t-shirt kindly make his way to the information center? And there they are. Please welcome our players, everyone. Substitution for
So we're off again.
United. Number 3.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Number 4, Matthias Delict. Number 2,
Tries to play it through.
Number
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Matches Nunes, kicks it up now.
Mason Mount.
Oh, good play! Harmlessly behind. Manchester United do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change. Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
He's looking wide. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Shaw. He's on it, can he get away? Doku.
This is the time you need that pace.
And that little bit of skill has got him away. Has a look and plays it forward. Shaw going forward. Shot could be on. Chance! Oh, crossbar! Has to go back here. Now, who's going to be first to this? Rodri. And Cherki. Ugarte does really well to win the ball there.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Cherki. De Ligt was in no mood for any of that. Yehi. Bernardo Silva looking to add to his goal. Oh, good spread. And here's Semenyo. Matheus Cunha. And Burmo. Cherki. Burmo. Distributed tidily. Mount. Oh, good read.
That was well played,
The
well
attendance
stopped.
for this match was 71,649.
Rodri. Semenyo going after that. Manchester United perhaps contemplating their next change here. Good ball, good take. Shaw did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Haaland. And it's Bruno Fernandes. It's a searching pass. Some really good ball movement. Tries a shot! He doesn't look too happy with that. Bernardo Silva. Cherki going face-to-face with his great rival. That's good running with the ball. Now it's Haaland. Great ball, and he's in here. He's dealt with that really. Can he finish? He's done very well to get to that.
Haaland clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Bernardo Silva goes short. Goes for a shot! Yes! It's all becoming so easy. Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. O'Reilly. He's shifting through the gears here. In with the challenge. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. There's the header! And that has been cleared. Matheus Nunes kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rodri. And the shot! Great football, shot and save.
Haaland clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Manchester United are looking to go forward now. Matheus Cunha. Searching passes played there. And Burmo in acres of space out wide. Bruno Fernandes receives it in a good position here. Haaland could move up a gear here. And it's Nunez. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. The message is clear, none shall pass. Haaland is onto this. And it's made its way to him. Takes a shot! Diogo Dalot is there and he can get that clear. Yehi. And it's Rodri. And he's quick to return it. This looks promising. Mount. No, that's been intercepted. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. O'Reilly. Matheus Nunes. Now it's Semenyo. Diogo Dalot cuts it out.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result is.
Matheus Cunha. Foden. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Rodri kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Doku chasing after it. And it's O'Reilly. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Rodri. Spread to the right. Semenyo. Shaw defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Doku. Now it's Haaland. Great vision. That's beautifully weighted. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Well read, nice interception. Doku. Ugarte. And Burmo. That's a good ball out wide.
1 minute added time.
Burmo receives it, shoots! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And that was very necessary. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Red is the colour, the only colour. Shapes to shoot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Rodri. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, this guy, Rodri, was one of Europe's most coveted midfielders when he was on the market. Often seen as an integral component in the next generation of Spanish midfielders.
Worth a try, but not this time.
Yeah, quick thinking and the right choice for me, but that was difficult to get right.
Bernardo Silva. Matheus Cunha. Nicely weighted ball. And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Ugarte. To Martinez. That's destined for the flank. Šeško. That is good strength. And he's cut it out. Rodri. Now it's Haaland. Manchester United are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
And he has been fouled there. Semenyo. Matheus Nunes. Semenyo. Now it's Haaland. Played out towards the right wing. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Now it's Doku. First quarter of an hour gone. Gehi kept aware, and it is... That's been drilled forward. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Semenyo. Oh, that's fabulous. Matheus Nunes receives it in a wide position. Tries a shot! And that has fair fizzed. Cleared away. That's a sharp pass. Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. It's a promising position. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And here's Bruno Fernandes. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Oh, he's having a go! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
And he's managed to get rid. Still goalless. And that pass isn't the best. Haaland is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He's in a great position here. He has found the way. And Bernardo Silva! Oh, he's been caught napping. Tries a measure. Impressive jump. He will be livid with himself. A poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. Oh, good spread. And it's Bernardo Silva. He's found space here. Ahmad. Cherki. Can he get it through?
Manchester really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that that means they play the game the right way.
Yeah, but of course, it's decisive passes that's going to matter in the longer term. There's no good in holding on to the ball just for the sake of it.
Gets a good foot in there. Pinches it off him. Casemiro. Yoro. Now Ugarte. And it's Shaw. To Bruno Fernandes. Well read, nice interception. And And the pass is intercepted. Rodri stood up well to him there. O'Reilly aimed beyond the defence. That's going wide left. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Great chance! It's still 0-0, but no shortage of effort. That's a lovely, neat pass. Matheus Cunha, and the shot! And he's really put himself on the line here. Bruno Fernandes goes short. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Nunes clears it away. Ugarte. This is a promising build-up.
Bruno Fernandes really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Cunha gets across to intercept that. Gehi cuts it out. Matheus Nunes.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
And it's been played through. Cherki. Rodri. He's found the way through. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Cherki. Ball is over the line.
There will
Ahmad.
be 1 minute added time.
And it's Bruno Fernandes. Played out to the left flank.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Matheus Nunes. That's it, 45 minutes up. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So we reach the halfway point.
Manchester United really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now, stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time.
And please welcome our lads to the field. Substitution for Manchester United. Number 30.
The second period is on the way.
Number 16.
Both sides
Ahmad.
defensively robust
Number
up to
3,
now.
Mazraoui. Number 25.
Looking to play him in. Good
Number
ball, good
15,
take. Haaland!
Lenny
And the ball's come loose
Coming
here.
on the field.
Deftly
Number
away.
19. Mbeumo.
Quality ball.
Number 7.
Over to the right flank.
Number 4.
It's a pretty loose pass.
Number 2.
Cherki.
Diogo Dalot.
Manchester United
Number
come out this
37,
half somewhat altered.
Mainu.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
No, he refuses to take the bait. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That has ended up in no man's land. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Manchester United clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Burmo gets into a good position. Bernardo Silva. O'Reilly. Yehi. Well, if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Cunha cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Takes a shot! And for a moment, time stood still. Cherki, spread to the right. Martinez. Here's Matheus Cunha. Manchester United, disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Doku.
The attendance for this match was
That's a throw.
71,550.
And he's managed to gift it back. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. He's shifting through the gears here. And here's Haaland. Doku. He's got away. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Cleared away. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Haaland. Manchester United are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass, and a tricky one at that.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Doku. De Ligt with a fine tackle. That's really well manoeuvred. Doku. Shot could be on. Oh, that's a fine challenge. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Now that's well seen too. Foden, and here's the chance to counter. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. And here's Haaland, and it's hoisted clear. Spread out to the left. Doku has the space to scheme. Great work on the overlap. And it's claimed by the keeper. De Ligt. Well, that looks a decent ball. Rodri. Bernardo Silva. Well, that looks a good ball through.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Substitutions taking place.
Yehi. And Kusanov. Matheus Nunes. And here's Foden. And it's Rodri. Menu. Nicely shaped ball. Not the most accurate pass. Kusanov. And it's Bernardo Silva. Matheus Nunes. Foden.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
It's a searching pass. Matheus Cunha's cross. That has been knocked clear. Oh, that's ambitious. And that will sail harmlessly past.
Well, he's hit it well enough for me. I suppose it could be a deliberate attempt to just draw that defence out. Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
Foden.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now it's Haaland. Burmo.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Matheus Nunes. And Kusanov. Passing is crisp and sharp. It's gone for a throw-in. Ah, good stick. And he's let fly. He's got away with one there.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
He's having a
There will be
hit!
1 minute added time.
90 minutes gone and nothing to show. No, he's not getting past him there. Bernardo Silva. Diogo Dalot. Matheus Cunha. Nothing in it still. We move to extra time. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Yeah, neither side has anything to show for some splendid effort, and they certainly aren't showing any signs of easing off, so
Substitution.
we remain optimistic.
Well, no winner after 90 minutes. Another 30 minutes, hopefully, to make a difference. And if you're just back, well, the action is back underway already. Great defending, strong and determined. That has been slung wide. Can he finish? A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Foden. Now, can they get him away? Savinho. And that has left him in a heap. Savinho. He's having a shot! It's off target and by quite a way. Those changes we have been expecting.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
Savinho. Matheus Cunha. Looking for a runner. Oh, that's clever. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
He's gone for goal. Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Manchester United seem to have deployed this as a tactic that may need reconsideration.
Foden. Savinho. Reinders. And it's Reinders. Matheus Cunha. Now this is an adventurous run down that left-hand side. Matheus Nunes. He's not got that quite right. And it's made its way to him. Over to the right flank. Bruno Fernandes. Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. So that was it, the first period of extra time. So penalties loom ever closer. Is there anyone who can seize the day in the next 15 minutes?
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 37.
And we're off for the final time.
Number 4.
0-0 still. Play to win or play for penalties.
Malacia.
Savinho does really well to win the ball there. Vadio. Can he get on the end of this? In towards the back stick.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Now it's Savinho. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. And play cross-field, changing the point of attack.
Good switch, that.
Diogo Dalot. Bruno Fernandes being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Searching passes played there. Cleared away.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
And it's Reinders. Too much pressure, and he's lost the ball. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Mount picks it up out wide. Reinders. Ball played for Matheus Nunes. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Foden. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And here's Savinho. He is through here. Lovely bit of skill. Now it's Haaland.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Threads one in. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Now it's Haaland. Foden. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. So there you have it, penalties. So we've done it, we've been there, we've gone the full 12 rounds.
Well, energy levels and stamina were great during extra time, and the emphasis was very much on trying to win it.
So time to shake the weariness out of those limbs and to engage with focus. It's penalty kicks. Bruno Fernandes is first to take the long walk. And he does it with poise.
That's the example they will want to follow.
Haaland is the next to run the gauntlet. Great stop! And the keeper punches the air. This to put them 2 up. Up by 2. Will that prove decisive?
A great position now, but still work to be done. Well, you can't approach a penalty with any doubt, or you'll have to rely on luck.
Manchester United with the chance to go 2 up. No! Denied remarkably! Well, whatever he did, it worked, did it not, Jim?
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important... Pick your spot, don't change your mind, and the keeper should be neutralised.
Up steps Mr. Dependable. And he puts it away.
Well, any penalty converted is a good penalty, so he did his bit there.
Great penalty, outwitted the keeper. We're tied at 3 each. Casemiro, the last of the designated 5. He sent it over!
I had a bad feeling, Peter, as I saw him lean back ever so slightly. Everyone here are holding their breath.
The decisive moment. So it all ends in heartbreak, all the effort, all the exertion, all the exhaustion. So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. Jim, this one always matters.
Well, don't let the word friendly get in the way of a good rivalry. These players certainly won't, Peter.
You wouldn't have thought they would. You've got to expect this to be full throttle, surely.
Yeah, they'll be as strong as usual, but I'm sure these players will commit their all.
So straight into the action. Yet another page in the history of this grand old rivalry. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And the shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Pressure? What pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, at one stage he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Manchester United finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Martinez. Shaw. Ugarte. Bruno Fernandes. Semenyo. And it's Nunez. And he's managed to get free. And Cherky. And here's Nunez.
Oh, great feat, that.
He's found a way through. It is a corner. Oh, that was vital. And now a sudden chance to counter. Over to the right flank. Šeško. That's going to go a long way. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bruno Fernandes. Ugarte. Out towards the flank. Looking to play him in. And that's a throw-in. Now it's Matheus Cunha. And it's Ugarte. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Matheus Cunha. Kusanov. Manchester United are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the... Šeško! And he couldn't finish.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't top it off with a finish.
Nicely spread. The less said about that pass, the better. Shaw.
Manchester United are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Mazraoui. Rodri producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Matheus Nunes. Now it's Semenyo. And here's Bernardo Silva. Good ball, good take. Doku. Oh, shooting chance! It's a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now.
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Haaland. Šeško. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rodri does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Semenyo. Now it's Haaland. Bernardo Silva. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Yoro to Martinez, and that has put paid to that, and he's picked out the run, picked out brilliantly, and he's been shifted off it. Ugarte powering forward here. Kusanov spots it and intercepts. O'Reilly. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
And he gets rid in a hurry. Semenyo, Cherki, Ugarte running with intent. Cherki, and here's Haaland.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Šeško, O'Reilly, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Ahmad, and it's Bruno Fernandes. Šeško.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Ahmad. O'Reilly. Ahmad's cross, and it's been given away. And that was very necessary. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Bernardo Silva. And Kusanov. And it's Nunez. Semenyo providing an outlet on that flank. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. O'Reilly. He's in a great position here. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Bernardo Silva. Oh, that's fabulous. Mazraoui defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And he cuts out the supply. Ahmad. Driving forward. Šeško played out to the left flank. Nice looking ball. Can he get onto this?
There will be 1 minute added time.
Ugarte. Oh, the ball's run loose here. And he's there to clear it. Cherki. Here's Rodri. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Some first half thoughts?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Please be made aware that smoking is only permitted in designated areas within these grounds. And there they are. Please welcome our players, everyone. Substitution for Manchester
And here is the first touch of the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Number 25, Ugarte. Coming on the field, number 19, Mbumu. Number 4,
Matheus Nunes!
Number 2, Diogo
No, he
Dalot.
didn't quite meet it
Number
right.
7, Nathan Mount. Number 37,
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Jackie! Superb from Jackie! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes.
after 49 minutes.
A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Manchester United different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Bruno Fernandes. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rodri. Cherki. And it's O'Reilly. Doku. Knocks it into space. He has found a way through. Well, there weren't too many attacking options there. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Menu. Matheus Nunes.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Bernardo Silva. Big chance! And it's there! They are gorging themselves here on a seriously gorgeous scoreline.
The goal scorer after 57
Things looking
minutes.
so easy, almost too easy here.
11.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Diogo Dalot. Martinez. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes.
The attendance for this
Now it's
match
Haaland.
was 70,987.
60 minutes played. Matheus Nunes. Manchester United perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. And he has shown him a yellow card. And it's Bernardo Silva. He's found a way past. And he's looking at the ref. He's having a hit! Oh, he really got hold of that.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
De Ligt. Menu. Spread to the right. Nice sequence of passes, this.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And he's picked it up out wide. Serves up across. Diogo Dalot attempts a clearance. Mazraoui. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Haaland. Cherki is onto this. Chance for a shot! Oh, terrific save.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Manchester United are looking to go forward now. And here's Haaland. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Mazraoui. That's a throw. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass and a tricky one at that.
Great vision. What a throw in. Menu. Tries one from range. He's put his foot right through that one.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot-on-sight policy. It's just not working.
Semenyo at his creative best. He set up 2 goals. Foden, he's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. And he has taken a dim view of this, a second yellow, and that means red. The players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but not shapes to shoot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Flings in across. Tries to get it clear. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Yehi. This is a promising build-up. Now, can they get him away? Oh, he's caught him in or out. No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. And the referee has shown him a yellow card.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Foden! Against the crossbar! The message is clear, none shall pass. Doku. No foul, says the referee. Now this could be a chance. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the...
Foden! And he's missed it. Casemiro. He's picked his way through. Steaming on goalwards. Oh, cracking ball. Nicely weighted ball. Menu getting this one clear. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Doku. And here's Semenyo.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do...
Takes a shot! Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. Manchester United really could have done without this.
Substitutions taking place.
Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. Not much more than a formality.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
This is a gloriously greedy performance. Mazraoui. And it's Mount. Can he get it through? Foden. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. It's Bernardo Silva. Now it's Savinho. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. Manchester United present their opponents with the best possible chance here. It's a second yellow card, and he walks. Well, they are now a 9-man team.
Substitution in progress.
Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
De Ligt. And back to the goalkeeper. Martinez. Menu. Casemiro.
6 out
To
of minutes
Martinez.
has been indicated.
Menu. De Ligt. Casemiro. Martinez. And it's Casemiro. Now Menu. Martinez. De Ligt. To Martinez. Casemiro. And back to the keeper. To Martinez. De Ligt. To Martinez. De Ligt. And that is that. A tale of two teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, you can never predict the results of these games.